they were young dudes when they began in 1975.
Asian cigarettes, a long talk, a few cans, if you can be my fair-skinned baby.
But for these two dudes now in their 40s, Peter Urlich on the left and Ian Morris, this is where the big time began. It was called the Windsor then, now it's the George and Swanky Parnell. Gone are the orange curtains, the orange carpet and a rickety stage.
We were on a beer crate stage. It was a stage made out of beer crates with a piece of wood on top. And believe it or not, this was like the premier gig for an up-and-coming rock band.
And the former Sacred Heart boys then began walking in light.
I'm walking in light, I'm walking in light, I'm walking in light, I'm walking in light,
They were originally Dave Dobbin, Peter Coleman and Bruce Hambling on drums. Later Les White replaced Peter Coleman on bass. But then 19-year-olds trailblazed their way around almost every pub in the country with their own interpretation of rock and roll.
We were on the cusp of that punk thing. You know? We weren't old farts on the charts, and we weren't young sort of art students who were into punk for the fashion and that sort of thing. We were right on the cusp.
Yeah.
So we were able to appreciate the history of music and also the energy of the new music. You know, we captured both of those.
Well put in.
Oh, that look in your eyes, that look in your eyes, like someone I know, that look in your eyes.
The Dudes, while one of the most popular pub bands, received little radio play and never had a #1 hit. They released 2 albums, but the constant demand from loyal fans allowed them to put out a best-of album. But they're not about to have a reunion concert.
We were a product of the times, and we were youngsters having a ball, you know, and that was then. And to try and recreate that now,
It'd be terrible if you got up and it didn't work.
Tensions and the thought of constant overseas touring ended the band in 1980. Morris has been writing music for advertising for the past 20 years. Urlich was a pioneer of the electronic dance music scene in Auckland.
Bliss. Have a stiff one all night, everything is all right. Try.
This is the Dudes' most recognisable song. But the pub anthem was inspired by Australian drinking habits, not New Zealand ones.
New Zealanders drink, but these Australians would just drink their cans and just drop them straight down and go on to the next one. And I guess Dave and Ian just thought, well, look at this, you know, have yourself another. It was like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
And this album will keep those dudes' memories alive for a lot longer. Michael Barron, 3 News.